Welcome, Kubi, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you for having me.
How can brands stand out in such a noisy market?
Such a good question. I think that if the pandemic has showed us anything, it's important for brands to make sure that they stay rooted in their brand DNA. The thing that gives brands differentiation is not to try and copy what their competitors are doing and one-up it, as it were, but actually to stay really true to why they started, what their brand mission is, their brand promise, their brand values, and to really dig deeper into that. Super important to dig deep into the brand DNA.
What are the most common pitfalls businesses do when they're trying to promote their brand?
You know, I had a brilliant conversation with a really good friend of mine, Christina Blonick. We were on a panel together and we were talking about the importance of legacy brands. And obviously she is the CEO of Manolo Blahnik. She's the niece of Manolo Blahnik. And she said something that I felt was very important. She said in every crisis that they've ever come across, what they haven't done is they haven't changed their brands. In fact, what they've done is they've kept their customer focused. They've become much more in tune with where the customer is adapting to, and they have driven the brand towards that adaptation, as opposed to just pivoting for pivoting's sake. To give you an example, we saw so many people decide that they're going to go digital, which is important. But if your customer group are not across all the digital distribution channels, then you might find yourself going digital for the sake of digital and wasting a lot of money, versus saying, actually, how are my customers using the digital landscape? How are they connecting with omni-channels? And really being customer centric and really focusing on the behavioral changes of the customer and driving your brand change based on that.
So it's all about tailoring your marketing strategy to a customer.
It's about tailoring your marketing strategy, but it's also about tailoring all the brand touch points. Marketing being one of them, but also your sales messaging being another, your distribution being another. It's really about actually saying, how does the organization make sure that every facet of the organization is customer focused, customer centric, and the brand then drives that.
When faced with challenging circumstances, some businesses fail while others thrive. What's the secret to go through thick and thin while maintaining a solid business?
I think the reason why some businesses thrive is because they start to look for hungry markets. You know, I always say money doesn't disappear, it changes hands. So this idea that there's no money, that's not true. It's a global recession. No, it's not. You know, I now live in Dubai, and you will find that places like the Middle East and Asia and Africa are not going through the same process that the UK, Europe and the USA is. So it's about identifying where are the new hungry markets. I was talking to somebody the other day, consulting for an organization. I said, firstly, the emerging markets have emerged. They're exploded. So maybe your product, your service, your brand needs to look to Shanghai, needs to look to Saudi Arabia, needs to look to Nigeria, needs to look to Chile. Maybe that's a new hungry market for you, because where you were distributing in Europe, for example, maybe they're not buying as frequently, or they don't have the disposable income as they did previously.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Kubi, for talking with us here at SAF TV.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us.